everyone, and welcome out on another walk. We're in a very, very smelly cutting, aren't we, lads?
Yep. Yeah.
It stinks. We're in Heckmondwike, which is in the Spen Valley in Yorkshire. We're going to walk a small section of the London North Western Railway that goes up to a place called Cleckheaton, another town. It's a beautiful line, and there are some crazy remains as you come through Heckmondwike, which we'll soon be getting to. Okay, so this is the smelly cutting, and it really is, you know, pretty whiffy. That in the near distance is the first arch. This one's the second arch. The reason that will become, you know, relevant as we go is because the railway through the town is arch after arch after arch. Yeah. And we don't actually know how many, do we, until we count them?
No, I don't know, but they was thinking about doing a tunnel when they built it, but for whatever reasons they decided to build bridges over all the main roads, but they had to do a lot of compulsory purchase orders on quite a lot of houses, even by doing the bridges. So I suppose they wouldn't have had to do it if it were a tunnel, but I bet the money spoke, didn't it, on that one?
Always does.
Cheaper to do a cut-in than it is to do a
tunnel, of course. Right, let's get stomping then, lads. So as Phil was saying, when they built this railway, it was built by the London North Western Railway, but it came in 1900, which anyone that's into railways will know that's pretty latecomer. So the town of Heckmondwike was already basically pretty much, you know, when you look around and you see the houses and the age of the houses, it was pretty much already there, all of it, by that point. So to get through the town, they would have had to have knocked down a hell of a lot of houses. So what they did is they did this quite close cutting to basically, not get stung, to basically kind of try and keep that compulsory purchase and knocking down of houses to a minimum. This would take some doing though, wouldn't it, Andy? As someone that knows about structure like you do.
Absolutely, because you've got to, obviously, you imagine that this would have just been solid land. You've got to excavate that land out, shore it up so it doesn't just all collapse in on itself. Think about when you're building anything like a sandcastle or digging a hole, and then you know, put the actual proper supports in, as in these limestone blockwork, and just keep going and keep going. And it's going to be a slow and arduous progress when you don't have plants and machinery that we have these days.
Of course, yeah. That's something, isn't it? Being 2024, you look at, you know, houses go up in 20 minutes nowadays. I mean, to be fair, they'll probably come down again in 20 minutes as well. But in those days, they didn't have, as Andy's just said, they didn't have the wherewithal to do it. So it was, I mean, was it a lot of pick and shovel and stuff, wasn't it?
Absolutely, pick, shovel, spades and dynamite, and no 360 excavators, no, you know, JCBs digging everything out, and you know, no sort of wagons taking all the rubble away.
Yeah.
It's just
when people were tough.
Yeah,
basically. We've got sleepers, you say?
I think so. I sent Dave to confirm it, and he's not really gave me his report yet.
Well, I don't know what we're looking for with sleepers, but... So, you're looking for holes, basically, and I don't think that's a sleeper.
I bet you can lift it, wouldn't it?
I'm not convinced. Normally you should... No, that's not a sleeper.
That's a plank. What a pair of planks.
All right, so are we counting this? Because we've gone two bridges. Are we counting this as a bridge?
Well, let's call it a third crossing, should we call it?
So should we just count tunnels and bridges the same then?
I would have thought so, because how do you define which is which?
All right, done.
This is the approach to Heckmondwike Station, which is the other side of... And have you heard that echo?
Yeah.
I thought there was somebody walking down there. It's my voice.
Oh my goodness. Oh, it is, isn't it? I honestly thought someone was walking towards us.
I've been thinking it all the way along. So yeah, Heckmondwike Station's the other side of here. Okay,
so we're going to go through this. That is crazy. It honestly sounds like someone's walking through towards us. That's mad. So ballast is all still down. This line didn't actually close until 1980. They were using it for goods, you know, up until that point. And then, as I understand it, the track and all that stuff was all down until 1990. So I was about to say that's, you know, quite recent, but now I think about it, geez, it's actually quite a long time ago, isn't it? Right, so there's the last recess then. Obviously they've filled all this in at this point. And so we're coming into the station. That is crazy. I'm not sure I'd want to look out that window into a railway tunnel, would you?
I wonder, in the guide, when that was in the estate agents, whether they bothered to tell you that you're out, well, it's an extension. It does board it into a disused railway tunnel.
It's just an extension put on, a modern extension.
So this is the station site then. So the access to the station is coming from the road up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
As you can see with the indentations in the stonework where the frame used to be.
Yeah, you
There's
can.
steps coming down.
Yeah.
Wow. That is clear as day, isn't it?
Yeah, platform and well, 1 or 2 trains to Wakefield, I guess.
So, oh mate, I've actually lost what direction I'm facing.
Wakefield,
North.
that way.
Wakefield. So I'm facing north now, am I?
Yeah.
Okay. So in which case the trains are coming down that way.
Yeah.
Bosh. And this is the platform.
I'm on it.
You are on the platform. That's amazing though. Those indentations in there. Well, the platform would be in line with that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So that could well have been a bay.
But I don't think so now. I think it was just, who knows what was there. You'll have to look at put a picture.
Get an old photo and see. Was there a bay platform there? Who knows? We'll soon find out. Put a picture up. Now, all this area here was all sidings and all that sort of stuff. It's all built on now. We will get on to the old track bed, and so we're 3 bridge stroke tunnels in, and it's about to go off. So you can see the wall there, and then what have you got? You've got the wall there as well. So this is where the line comes out of the station, out of the yard, bang. And right, we're 3 arches in, and I can see 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, so going back in that direction, that's the station we've just come away from. That whole area, which is basically a housing estate now, was the station yard. How many lines are you thinking of here then, Phil?
Well, there were several because there was a good yard, but it all went into 3 or 4, and then as you can see with the width of the bridges going on.
Oh yeah, they get smaller, don't they?
Smaller and smaller, and eventually they'll get back to 2, I guess, as you get up to the tunnel just right corner.
Yeah, I mean this is probably 2 here, to
2
be
or
fair,
3,
isn't it?
I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas that one could be 3 or 4.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we'll get stomping then, through the arches. Okay, so counting them, 2 tunnel, so that's 3, so then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
7! Close, number 31 there, and I don't know what 31 bridges from where though, because the last one said 30.
It did, yeah, good point.
Maybe it's from the nearest major town, so Wakefield.
Uh-huh.
One bridge is from Wakefield.
Yeah, could well be that then.
Or Tulsa.
There's certainly
No
not
one got the
big,
gag.
but I can't remember what's
That was
what.
24 hours from Tulsa, not 31.
31 arches from Tulsa, the B-side. So bridge number 33, I think you're probably right, it's probably 33 bridges from Wakefield then. That brickwork's amazing, isn't it?
That's another weirdo one.
It looks great though. I mean again, is this a tunnel or a bridge? Because there's no recess, so...
I mean, if you're doing it separately, it's the second tunnel, but you call it, what, the 9th
No, I think
bridge?
it's a tunnel.
You reckon this is a tunnel?
Tunnel, mate, yeah.
Certainly numbers being thrown about, I don't know what's what.
No. Okay, so this is 9. That little bridge there, which is totally different from the others, that's 10. Oh, near-death experience. Right, so we're kind of leaving Heckmondwike now. This is the last bridge we're going under of those amazing arches through the town. Now Liversedge is the next station, that's the one we're going to go to. I'm not sure what's there in terms of remains, but then at the end, do you know what I mean? But then at the end, when we get to Cleckheaton, there is an amazing viaduct, Phil was telling me. Now I assumed that would be a railway viaduct with a railway going over it, but it wasn't. So back in that direction you've got Heckmondwike. Annoyingly, they've built on the track bed for a large portion, so obviously as soon as we've come out from those amazing arches we've had to come off the track bed. But we're coming back on now at the site of Liversedge Station, am I saying that right?
Quite unlikely. I think I might call it Liversedge.
Liversedge.
I'm having a guess.
Liversedge Station, okay. And then we get back on this Spen Valley Way, it's known as. Okay, it seems to open up a little bit. Okay, so we're walking up now to the site of the station. I don't think there's any remains here. There is a bridge, I think, that I can make out, but apart from that, there's no, you know, station buildings or anything like that. But this line opened, as I was saying earlier, in 1900, and it was known just as Leeds New Line, and it was always known as that, which is funny because, you know, 60 years later it was still called the New Line, even though obviously it wasn't. And yeah, you can see that. Have you just gone then?
Searching for remnants.
Oh, right. But it's opened up. I mean, this is a good few lines here, isn't it?
Yeah, it'd be 2 platforms and 2 lines, I guess. But 1 or 2, I think a couple of stations on this were island job in the middle. But I don't think it was here because you'd have a kind of middle.
Yeah, way of getting onto a bridge or whatever.
This doesn't look like that.
No, it does open up a fair bit out there as well. So I'm wondering if there's a, you know, a goods yard and whatever. They almost certainly all had one. And now we can follow the track bed out of here then, which is great. But I kind of want to get down under that bridge. Right, so here we go, underneath that bridge. That's the same, isn't it, as the ones in Heckmondwike? Exactly the same, yeah. So I'm wondering where the station access was then. Because it's not here. Well, there is some kind of... What, got on further down that way?
Further down, you could have done, yeah.
Alright. Okay, well let's trek back up then and we'll just follow that down. So unfortunately no remains of Liversedge Station apart from that bridge, and the bridge is awesome. So we're going to get back up on the track bed now and we're going to follow it down until we get to Cleckheaton, and there are remains there, so that's a good place to end it. Got another bridge now. See, this one seems to have a little bit more about it, this one. I'm wondering, because we've only walked up a little bit from the station, so I'm wondering. Okay, so we've done a bit of on-off-in, and we think we're at the site of Cleckheaton Station now. There appears to be what you think, Phil, is a goods shed.
It looks like it to me, because, well, yeah, it says it all, don't it?
It really does, yeah.
It's an old goods shed, but I'm just wondering, is that a chimney?
Yes, it is a chimney.
Would you have a chimney in a goods shed? Is it the rear of a station building? I don't think so, because there's no doorways unless
no.
there's more of a station buildings in.
And that went on the end of it,
Yes.
although it seems to have the woodwork, you know.
Yeah, it looks like a goods shed to me.
Yeah, because this is the station site, so you would have had all the platforms here and everything else, and the line went across here, and then you lose it. But what we've come to find down here is actually the entrance to this station, and in particular something called Mann Dam viaduct, not to be confused with Jean Claude Mann Dam. It's a viaduct which from pictures looks amazing, and it looks like it would have a railway going across it, but it doesn't. It was merely for the access to the station. Now we're coming down to it, so when you see it, you'll see like just how much engineering effort went into simply providing an entrance for people to this railway station. Phil's got a theory as to why they went to such extent.
Yeah, well, I would guess station's frontage is that side. We've looked at the goods shed on the opposite side.
Yeah, so here, this is all the station area.
Yeah, so Cleckheaton had 2 stations. I don't remember what this was, Cleckheaton, Midland, Cleckheaton, whatever, I don't know.
This was London North Western Railway.
So there's a Cleckheaton Central over the other side, and I think the company, I don't know if I read or got a hunch on this, was more concerned about people using the central station because there was no proper access to this. They had to come all the way around, sort of come into it where we have. So to alleviate that problem and, you know, lose out to custom, they put this viaduct in that took you to people from a more central area inside the village could just walk over into the station, and to get over the brook they had to build it quite high, so they built a really strange metal trestle type access road.
It makes sense though.
Makes
I think your theory holds water, Philip. So station up there, good shed up there, beautiful looking building that survived. And this was the road. Here's the lads beating us to it. Now if I come over, there you go, look at that. That's amazing, isn't it? Just for simply an access road.
Yeah, it looks like it's been engineered for a railway almost.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Apart from the metal trestle slightly flimsy.
Oh mate, the cobbled floor as well.
This is really old.
Really old. Well, the railway opened in 1900, so you're looking probably a couple of years before in terms of construction. That's generally how it goes, isn't it?
So awesome carriages coming over here, I guess.
Amazing, amazing. So what we're going to do, we're going to walk down this this road now, this viaduct, and then we're going to try and get underneath it, so you can get a proper view of what it looked like underneath.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing that would rule out it being a railway. Look how steep this is. I can feel myself going down there.
Yeah.
So
It is mega steep.
you'd work it out pretty quick.
But it's built like railway, isn't it? With the coping stones and stuff. They've got the river. I nearly said Sven then, like Sven Goran Eriksson. But that's the River Spen down there. I was just thinking, Phil. Well, you're probably the one for this, Andy. To be fair, would that be strong enough to hold a train?
Yes.
It would.
Because it's just, yes, because it's that on its own wouldn't, but it's displaced, isn't it? That's what the cross beams are.
Right.
So they, like with anything, if the weight's on it, it then pushes it out across.
Because I wondered if it was basically a way that they could make this bit cheaper than they would have done if they'd have had to have done a railway one. But it just looks amazing, though. There you go. Awesome. So that's us. I hope you enjoyed that. Those arches at Heckmondwike, Phil, were amazing.
Yep.
And that added bonus of the viaduct at the end as well was great. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching as always, and we'll see you next time.